So what goes on behind the scenes when you make a stock trade? Quite a bit, actually, in a process that's called security settlement, and it's about to become more streamlined. In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman joins Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio to discuss what changes are on the horizon. Mike and Kelly.
Thanks so much. And Mike, thanks for being here as always.
Good morning.
So refresh our memories,
Sure.
not just mine, our
Sure.
settlement. What is it?
Right. So unfortunately, this is not the most flashy of topics, but if you are someone who makes trades, stock trades, bond trades, fund trades, this is something that impacts you. This is the nuts and bolts of what goes on behind the scenes after you place a trade. Many of us, of course, do that online these days. The impression is you hit the button, the trade's done, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. Settlement, or what's also sometimes called clearance, is what happens, again, behind the scenes. It takes several days to sort out where everything needs to go. For example, if you buy a stock, you've got to pay somebody for it, and they in turn need to give you those shares. And so settlement is that process of making sure that everything goes where it needs to end up. It sounds simple in theory, but in practice it's really pretty complex. If you think about it, what shares from what account at what institution to another institution, and where does the cash come from, and where does that end up? So it is a several-day process, because this is not really something that you want to make a lot of errors on, obviously.
No.
And so, like anything else, it's automated these days, and the more and more automated it becomes, the more streamlined the process is, and that's the change that's going to be taking place here shortly. It's going to reduce the time a little bit in terms of getting everything where it needs to go.
So that's one change. Are there other changes that are in the works?
No, this is the only one, but it is a pretty big one.
Yeah.
And coming in the first week of September, settlement's going to be reduced by 1 day. And so right now, most securities, most stocks, many bonds, exchange-traded funds operate on what's called a T+3 settlement process. T being the trade date, and then +3 business days to get everything where it needs to go. For example, if you made a trade on Monday, that would be trade day, plus Tuesday, Wednesday. By Thursday, everything would be settled. And so that's a little counterintuitive. We're used to, in this day and age, everything happening instantaneously, so it would seem sluggish for something to take 3 days. But again, it's a process that they want to make sure is done correctly. So again, thanks to automation and streamlining, they are reducing it by a day. So starting, again, early September, it'll be T+2. Okay. Which again doesn't sound like a major innovation, but it's just another step in what's been an evolution over time. 40, 50 years ago, this was all done with paper, and it took weeks to get everything sorted out. Eventually, computers allowed it to move to T+5. About 20 years ago, we went to T+3. Now T+2. So slowly but surely, we're getting there. It may come a time that it's instantaneous, but for the time being, we're going to be happy that we've shaved a day off it. And so, again, coming early September, T+2.
Okay, well, you said it wasn't very flashy, but I think that's a pretty flashy move. T+2, I like it.
T+2.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike.